Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another makeup tutorial slash get ready with me. Of course I'm going to apply some lip gloss, and that's what you saw me just doing, and then BB came to say hi. Now I am using some glycerin soap on a Sigma brow spoolie and just brushing those hairs up because I kind of wanted to do more of a natural looking brow. And then I'm going to take the ABH brow powder in Ebony. I'm using the darker shade of the two and just filling in the brows because the hair color that I decided to use for my boho twist is a number 2, which is more of a black. I wanted to make sure that my brows were dark enough as well. And then I'm just going to take that spoolie again and just brush it through, blend all that powder together, and make sure everything is nice and smooth. Then we are going to use some concealer, and I think I'm using the Morphe Fluidity concealer, and that's the concealer that I am using underneath of my eyes. So usually whatever I use to conceal, I'll use for my brows as well. So I'm just gonna carve out the brow and also drag that down, and then we're gonna start on the face. And the primer that I'm using is the Huda Beauty Water Jelly Hydrating Primer. As I've mentioned to you guys, my skin is dry around the perimeter of my face, so I do like to use a more hydrating primer. And then for the center of my face, I'll go in with the Mercier Pure Canvas Primer, and this is a blurring primer, and I apply that just into the cheeks, and I will pat and swipe that into the cheeks to help fill in my pores because I do have larger pores. I do smooth a little bit of that onto my forehead, but those are the main problematic areas that I have, so that's where I focus that concealer. For foundation, I'm using the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation in 55N, and this is the best foundation ever. Look how natural this foundation is. If I could recommend one foundation to you guys that I have personally been loving right now, it's not extremely full coverage, but you can build the coverage up if you need to, it would be this foundation. If you don't have super problematic skin and things that you need to super cover, this is going to be a great foundation, and it's from the Sephora collection, so you can of course know that it's going to be affordable. And here I am just applying a little bit more into my jawline area where I have a little bit more of acne scarring. I decided I'm going to use a cream bronzer today. This is the ABH cream bronzer in Chestnut, and I'm using the Sigma Beauty, what brush is this? A Multitasker F47 brush to apply this into the hollows of my cheeks and also the perimeter, so my forehead area. I go back and forth with cream bronzing. Some days I love it, some days I'm like it's pointless because I'm just going to go over with a powder bronzer. This bronzer does dry down to a nice matte finish, so you don't need to set it if you don't want to add that additional step. I personally do, so I have the comfort of knowing that that cream isn't going to melt away, you know. So concealer, of course, like I mentioned earlier, I'm using the Morphe Fluidity concealer in the shade C4.15. It is very light, you guys, but I have been loving a bright highlight. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love a bright highlight. And of course I'm going to blend that in with my beauty blender sponge, and then take that same F47 and just go around the perimeter and just use that brush to kind of blend out the edges so that the concealer and the contour aren't too harsh. For powder, Midnight Luxury Banana Powder. Of course, this has been my go-to powder. I have not switched this up at least for the past, I would say 6 months, you guys. Like, since I kind of started getting back into wearing makeup. So probably since like August, maybe, yeah, like July, August, I have been loving this concealer, or this powder, since I've like repurchased it. It's quite amazing. So to set that contour and to add a little bit more warmth and dimension, I'm using the Juvia's Place Contour Palette. This is, I think, their Deep Dark Palette. I'm taking a Sigma E39 Buff and Blend brush, and I'm just going to go down the sides of my nose to contour my nose, and then I'm going to take a large fluffy powder brush just to contour the sides. And honestly, my favorite step of doing my makeup is bronzing, because I personally feel like this is a step that a lot of women and a lot of black women miss out on because they don't think that we can bronze, but it gives so much warmth to the skin. It's so good. Don't skip this step. It will change your makeup routine, I promise. And for blush, I found a new blush that I am actually really loving. It's so pretty. It's the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Cocoa Felicita? I'm not sure. But I applied that to the cheeks, and then I'm using this Jungle Rock, the Bretman Rock palette that he did with Wet n Wild, and I'm taking that gold eyeshadow, and that's going to be my highlight. I remember when I first used this eyeshadow as a highlighter, I fell in love, and for that week straight, I was wearing this highlighter on top of another like highlighter, but I didn't think it gave me it didn't give me what I needed it to give. Like, it was good, but it wasn't great. So I can't even speak. I went into my drawer and I grabbed the Maybelline highlighter in Molten Gold. I forget what they're called, but as you can see, it's giving me the pizzazz and the pop that I felt like I needed, and in hindsight, I probably would do those opposite, of course. So we are going to do eyeliner, and I'm doing a wing liner with this gel eyeliner. This is called Extra Baggage from Dose of Colors. I think this, yeah, it's their Set the Tone eyeliners. I'm not sure if they still sell these. I know that Dose of Colors kind of like got rid of a lot of their like makeup products and just kept like their lips. Like, I think they want to just be known for like lips, but so I'm not sure if they got rid of them. However, this is a really pretty brown eyeliner, and I'm taking a Salazzi eyeliner brush and just doing a wing liner. And then I thought I'd be kind of cool and add some gold to it, but this didn't like really pop like I thought it would. This is a Glamville Salted Caramel Cupcake eyeshadow pigment, and what I did was use a mixing tray, and I mixed that with the Inglot Duraline drops, and I just mixed those together to make like a eyeliner, I guess you could say. And so I'm just going around that brown liner with another liner brush and, you know, kind of outlining it. I kind of wanted to be different, and I did try a different kind of like graphic liner, but I ended up taking it off because it did not. So for the extra pop and just to make this not a brown wing liner kind of look, I added some glitter to the inner corner, and here my baby came to see me. Of course he wanted to grab at my face, so I gave them some smooches, and then I'm taking this brown eyeliner from Dose of Colors to smoke out the lower lash line. I felt like that was a necessity so that the top wasn't super top heavy. So I'm taking a eyeshadow from Dose of Colors, one of their eyeshadow palettes, and a Sigma pencil brush, and I'm just smoking that back and forth and making sure it's really dark. And then I'm going to take the middle shade out of that palette and just use that with a large fluffy brush and just blend that out under there so it's all blown out. And then I'm going to apply some mascara. This is a Huda Beauty one of their mascaras. I can't even remember. Oh my god. And then for lip liner, I have been loving ColourPop's lip liner in Pitch. It's the perfect dark brown lip liner. Normally, you guys know I go in with BFF number 4, but this is even darker than BFF number 4, but it's not as dark as Kiss Chocolate. So this is kind of like right in between the two. So I put that all over my lips, and then I take Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in Cozy, and I just put that into the center. I knew I wanted something nude, but I needed kind of like a cooler nude, not a really like warm nude. So I pat that in, and while that's kind of like setting and drying, I'll just go in with my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and just, you know, hit the sparse areas, especially the front of the brow, fill in anything that needs to be filled in, and just make the brows look good. And then for lashes, these are some lashes I got off of Amazon. Like, if you guys need lashes, Amazon is the way to go. Like, you can buy a pair of like these lashes for like $5 to $7. I know a lot of companies try to sell lashes for 10, 15, 20, 25 bucks, and I can't be bothered. These mink lashes work so great, and they're super curly and they're super long. I think they are 25 millimeters. If you're not comfortable with that, you know, find some baby lashes. But mink lashes, I'm personally not a cruelty-free freak, but mink lashes are, that's it for me. They are so good. It just elevated the look. So for lips, I am using another Urban Decay Plumping Shine Balm in Runyon. just to, you know, give a glossy vibe. I felt like it was a very matte. I didn't have a lot of extraness going on, and plus glossy lips are personally my favorite, so I am blending that lip line into Cozy with Runyon, if that makes sense. I use the brush of my lip gloss to blend everything together, and then I'm going to take a concealer brush and just hit the edges of my lip, make sure that's all nice and crisp. You know, you just make sure your lips are nice and crispy, because I do kind of overline my lower lip, so that helps with that. I am using the Morphe setting spray, the continuous mist setting spray, and then I'm just applying some earrings. These are clips that I normally would kind of like cut out, but I'm like, why not? The first earrings I put on are from Shein, and then the second ones I got at Old Navy. So yeah, they're so pretty. I thought they were cute for this look, and it actually turned out really cute. So that is pretty much it, you guys. I am just taking out my hair. I'm kind of seeing how I want to style it, but that completes the look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was super simple, super easy. It wasn't anything extra, but I felt like I needed to switch it up for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I just said thumbs up, and I will see you guys later. I need to go. Bye!